Director General Noordin Haji Aman and a siege, the National Intelligence Service Director has found himself yet again on the receiving end. Since he was appointed as the Director of Public Prosecutions in former President Uhuru Kenyatta's government, Haji has not had it easy. In fact, in the run-up to the 2022 general election, he was put on the spot for claims of impartiality. Once again, the assault on him is coming from a very high office in the land. This has left questions, and the optics are profoundly unpleasant since the attacker and the attacked seat at the National Security Council. KTN's senior political affairs reporter Daniel Kariuki attempts to draw the line.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's decision to publicly launch verbal salvos targeted to National Intelligence Service Director General Noordin Haji has stirred a heated debate that has drawn in different parties.
He must take responsibility for failing President William Ruto.
Gachagua accused him of failing President William Ruto and the government on intelligence over the protest witnessed this past week.
And he must do the honorable thing, not just take responsibility, but resign from that office.
From being accused of unfairly targeting President William Ruto's political allies in former President Uhuru Kenyatta's administration, to lobby groups opposing his nomination as the spy chief, to claims of incompetence, Noordin Haji is no doubt under siege.
Had Noordin Haji done his job, we will not be where we are today. He has no capacity. He is out of the country most of the time on business trips. The country is on his own.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's call to have Haji carry the weight of the deaths of protesters resurrects the tribulations that Haji went through in the former regime. It should not be lost that Haji is the one who approved Gachagwa's graft charges in the former regime alongside other leaders who served in Uhuru's administration. Most have since been cleared. Haji, who was then Director of Public Prosecutions, was facing a litany of accusations by Ruto allies, Gachagua being one of them, of unfairly being used by Uhuru administration to settle political scores. Ruto's lieutenants claimed state institutions were being used by a couple of powerful leaders to smear Ruto's allies, claiming their man was the ultimate target. After the 2022 general elections, Haji was again in the spotlight for withdrawing the cases he had filed against Ruto allies. He came out in his defense.
Kwa hizi kesi tumeangalia, kumekuwa hakuna ushahidi, na kesi zingine waliochunguza wenyewe wamesema ya kwamba hakuna ushahidi. Kwa hivyo hatuna budi ila kuitoa, manake itakuwa sio haki kuendelea na kesi hizi.
Among the politicians whose cases Haji dropped were Gachagua, Cabinet Secretaries Aisha Jumwa and Mithika Linturi, which a section of Kenya Kwanza politicians termed as the arrival of freedom, even as Haji cited lack of sufficient evidence. Then came Haji's appointment that lobby groups and lawyers opposed, accusing him of incompetence and failure to comply with the law. The lobbies argued that Haji was unfit to hold the office since his conduct as DPP had been questionable, particularly after dismissing 8 graft-related cases linked to influential government officials. Noordin Haji claimed that his office was misled by the former Director of Criminal Investigations, George Kinoti, to believe there was concrete evidence in some of the cases. However, as he faces tribulations, Haji has found a solace after his natives from northeastern region, as well as Court Secretary General Francis Atwoli and Defense CS Eden Duale, defended himself against Gachagwa's claims.
The time is not yet. Atauliza kura 2027 if he so wishes, and we look at his record. If he's qualified, Kenyans will vote for him. But Ajua Gen Z might come up with their own candidate. So he must also be careful. This is his opportunity. He should not throw away this opportunity.
We call upon, whereas Rigathi Gachagua continues to serve as the Deputy President of this country, we call on him to resign immediately.
If we are to blame, we blame all the departments of security, not one arm of security.
Therefore, ours is to call on the Deputy President to either work directly with the government and become the Deputy President that people know, or to ship out.
Haji remains tight-lipped. A statement that was circulated in response to Gachagua was marked as fake, and since then, his defense has been mooted by other individuals. Will he maneuver this, and how? Noting the level of attacks, Daniel Kariuki, KTN News.
And a number of families are still reeling from shock of their sons and daughters.